Hey everyone. Energy, that's me. Just wanted to touch on some stuff before I just I turn in for the day. It's Tech Talk on sleep, and the reason for it is that I know a little bit about it because I read a lot of books on it from some work that I've done in years past. And I wanted to mention it because it really is a big component of the ascension experience, in my opinion, right? All we can do is judge our own experience, right? Our own path. But I did hear Rissa Vibes do some really good stuff on Woke Wednesday, and I wanted to comment on it. I also wanted to comment because Amber White was teaching and talking about it, and of course I've heard many things on Higherself, and I know Lady V is medical intuitive, and if anybody's going to teach us what's going to be good for us, you know, some people you definitely want to listen to. So all I can tell you is my own experience and some of the sources that I've quoted. But years ago, back in the 1990s, I read a book which was excellent, and it helped me to start getting a little bit of technical. This is called Owner's Manual of the Brain. Okay? There's just a clip of the front page. I wish I could, you know, show it to you on a smaller screen, but just a little paper. Who's the author? Let's see. Pierce J. Howard, PhD. I learned in that book that sleep cycles are about 90 minutes. I've measured mine. Mine's a bit short. It's 86 minutes. So maybe yours is longer if it's 93, 87, 89. It's about an hour and a half. Why is that important? Is that when we sleep, we want to get all 5 of our sleep cycles completed, right? Stage 1, 2, 3, 4, and of course, stage 5. It's not technically a stage. When I say REM sleep, I learned about REM sleep from Dr. Dement. Awesome guy. He pioneered the research on it in the 1950s. And Dr. Dement, I read 2 books that he's got. Promise of Sleep, The Promise of Sleep, William C. Dement. And then one that I really enjoyed was The Sleep Watchers, which is somewhat of an autobiography, okay, of him. Excellent books, but essentially REM sleep is rapid eye movement. If you look at somebody while they're sleeping and their eyes are moving underneath their eyelids, that means they're dreaming. We do sleep in other stages, we do dream in other sleep stages, but primarily we're dreaming in stage 5. So stage 1, 2, 3, 4 are for different things. So non-REM sleep is stage 4. That's delta sleep. Right then and there, that's when our body does the most repair, when our pituitary gland is most active. That's when children will grow most in their sleep cycles. When the pituitary gland is kicking out a chemical called HGH, that's human growth hormone, the body grows. We as adults will use human growth hormone to heal, to restore, to repair tissue and issues that we've got with our health. So very, very important to get good sleep. Big component of ascension for sure. But I learned about REM sleep from the work of Dr. Dement in his books, through his books. He's got great stuff on the web too. He's been around for quite a while. So I don't know that he has a YouTube channel or whatnot, but great guy, and terrific work through the years. Why it's important to us, not just for the restoration of our body and our ability to do well during the day, but also at night, we're always being taught, and we can feel it, how we're doing lots of work in our spirit, in the etheric world, in stage 5 sleep. Not saying it doesn't occur in the other stages, but you always hear people talk about it. That's a big deal. So REM sleep, you want, and now if you're bouncing around and you're not comfortable when you sleep, you're having a difficult time actually making it so that your muscles are not in tension, you're going to wind up tossing and turning, and you'll disturb your sleep pattern. So find a comfortable position. We could do that in a future video. If you have questions about that, I can give you some suggestions of stuff that you can do to use to get better sleep that you probably have. Things that you have in your home will help. Another book that I read, which is excellent. Actually, I listened to the audio because I have so much windshield time in my life, right, my professional life, is The Sleep Revolution by Arianna Huffington. This is not about politics. This is about pure, plain and simple sleep. The United States of America, and I think the most of the industrialized world, is deeply suffering from a lack of sleep. We don't get enough sleep, nowhere near enough. So for me, a perfect night of sleep is 7.5 hours. Why? Because that is 5 cycles, right? 90 minutes, that's 3 hours. Another 3 hours, that's 6. And then that 5th cycle, that makes 7.5 hours. 7.5 hours of sleep is like perfect. If I get 9 hours of sleep, that's luxury. 100 years ago, 110 years ago, before the early 19-teens, before electricity was everywhere all the time and people had electric light, people would sleep an average of 9 hours. Now, at least in this country, United States of America, they're sleeping less than 6 hours, 6 hours is less than the national average. So, tremendous stuff that I read from Arianna Huffington. Absolutely check that out. When I say about the 90 minutes also as well, this is critical because we do a lot of etheric work, I believe, from my experience, in our REM sleep, in that very, very last, that 5th part, right? Stage 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. During that 5th stage of each sleep cycle, that is the most crucial time. And that, when you wake up, if you leave a little notepad, where's my notepad? I'll leave a pad right by my bedside with pen or pencil, whatever, and I'll make notes. Because otherwise, those dreams, they shall evaporate from your consciousness. You will not remember those dreams. Only if it's catastrophically bad or superlatively good, you wonder, oh my goodness, I love that. That was a wonderful dream. Those are the ones that might stay with you because you enjoyed them so much or they were so terrifying. Most adults don't have nightmares anywhere as much as kids. Children under the age of, I believe, 6, from what I've read. But when we record this stuff, after I believe we have a greater depth and understanding of our true nature and maybe of all of our pasts, right? We can decipher better our dreams, and we can actually work on ourselves and do that shadow work more efficiently, more effectively as well. Another excellent book, A Calm Brain. This is a neurologist who is in New York City, and in the very end of her book, she speaks about a lot of things with respect to the human brain, but most specifically, she says, and this would be just too much wonder, too much, I mean, I can't, when I mention this to other people, they're like, especially the, young professionals are like, that's a, Imagine taking a sleepcation. She recommends taking a sleepcation. It's Friday. You shut the digital devices off. Turn off the TV. Turn off your tablet. No laptop. No nothing. Shut off all digital. Get with your partner. Eat a nice meal. Take care of business. Use a bathroom. Crash. Wake up. Do your biological business, and then when you're done with that, go back to bed. Take a sleepcation. Sleep as much as you can for a 48-hour period. How's that? Most people I couldn't even think about that. You let your brain thank you after that. I still can't do it because I've got just too much going on in the world, but a sleepcation, that's what she recommends. She goes through how the military had done sleep deprivation studies on military personnel. Horrifying news. We need sleep. But the medical community is not trained to teach people about sleep. Guess what? They can't make money off of it. So what happens? They wind up just recommending drugs, and they want to cut and run when it comes to anything that's a problem. So surgery or meds, that's about it. Maybe they'll tell you you can do something with exercise, or you can do something with your diet, but they'll typically almost completely neglect sleep. All right, this is getting kind of lengthy. Don't want to get too much. This is about sleep position. This book, Get It Up, sounds funny, sounds a little bit jokey, but this is regarding, and this is a very difficult book to get. I don't know that there's any PDF available of it online. But this is about sleep position and how many difficult dilemmas there are that are caused by us sleeping flat. Why? Because our internal organs wind up getting knocked out of whack. Our lower internal organs below our diaphragm will push up against our lung capacity, and so now it's becoming more difficult for us to get a nice drink of oxygen into our bloodstream in the night. So this is an issue. Better to sleep slightly elevated. People who have sleep apnea, they know this. People who have to use a CPAP, continuous positive air pressure, they know all about it. People who have congestive heart failure, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, people who, just in general, if you've got, what's that thing? Whatever, where you start to get the back up, and you agita, they used to call it now, or whatever, is that you'll have a much better time if you sleep slightly elevated. So you get some pillows and elevate a little bit. You can elevate your feet too, but we'll get into that in another video if you guys want. All right, but there's been plenty of articles. Time magazine did a really good science of sleep some years ago. This was a good recent National Geographic issue. Let's see. This was, come on, let me get here quick. August 2018. What I learned on this one. When we are awake, our brain is very good at collecting information. When we are asleep, that's when the brain edits it. So you can positively reinforce anything that you've done with learning in the night by getting sleep. This is so divine feminine that there's nothing like it, in my opinion. Everybody wants to, no, I'm going to pull an all-nighter. You're an idiot. Sleep. If you sleep, you'll be able to get much better performance out of yourself. In Arianna Huffington's book, she said that there was a study done, and America loses something like $6 billion worth of productivity. I don't remember the numbers. It was some obscene number of productivity lost because people are just damaging, disturbing, destroying their sleep patterns, their sleep capabilities. So, truthfully, sleep is something that is crucial. Hold on a minute, my light shut off. Oh, sorry, folks. There we go. You absolutely want to get the sleep that you need. You'll be able to do much better work in the etheric realm, in your physical realm, even in your 3D. It's important for your kids even more. Like the HGH I told you about, for them to grow. Do not let your kids go to bed with their phones. Just don't do it. It's not a good practice. Just don't do it. Don't go to bed with your phone right next to you. I'm not talking about electromagnetic waves. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about it is a distraction to you. It's absolutely a distraction to you. Ooh, look, that's very nice. 2222. Can't wait for that. Hi. Okay. Those 90-minute sleep cycles, after you start to pay attention to them, you'll be able to get your good sleep on, and you can do it and time it much more efficiently, so it will be able to help your performance completely. I am so sorry that this video is so long. I can tell you that I've been measuring my sleep for years and years, and I haven't used an alarm clock in many years for this reason. I wake up most days several hours before I need to actually go and take care of my 3D life, because then everybody else is asleep, because they're just doing what comes naturally, and me, I'm enjoying my time where I can be alone. I can have my meditation. That book, A Calm Brain, goes into meditation and her family's practices. She comes from a family of several generations of professionals as well. Terrific book. All those books were excellent. There's others that I've read as well, but anyway, I really wanted to touch on it. There's so much more that I could say. I haven't organized myself near enough. I don't even know what the length of this video. Let me see if I can. Holy smokes, 18 minutes. Guys, I love you. I want only the best for all of us. I didn't mean to be harsh before when I said about, that being dumb, but hey, look, 2222. Time for me to crash out anyway. So with that divine number, I will sign out. And Energy E, that's me.